reinvigorated, comes back, and then he's fine. Just a little bit of a quick stat. This is wildcard favoured. 70% win rate on it right now. M80, not the case, 38%. However, if we did everything by the numbers, this would be very boring because Vertigo, wildcard, haven't won in like 2 months. Like they had a 17% win rate coming into that one. M80 have only lost it once. Either way, here we go. Our third and final map between M80 and Wildcard. The NA derby soon to come to a close. And here it is. It's M80 on the CT side. Honestly, probably their most beneficial side for them. Really works out for the playstyles of the individual players. And with Wildcard starting on the T, the onus is on them to continue the tempo that they had on Vertigo.
Oh, well. For the first, actually, so far, I mean, what we've seen in these pistol rounds, quiet. Very little happening in the early 20 seconds or so. Infinite and Co kind of group up through apartments. Sonic in support. But they're not actually deciding or kind of committing to that 8-8 just yet. The bomb still remains over towards ramp, and they're actually holding for B aggression. I love this call. Sonic will drop a smoke, he'll drop a Molotov out towards long as well. Still not actually going off it. Now he will. He pops out, spots one in towards that of Pit, and he knows his reck is for a split coming through there, and his 2 through library as Def will answer back, looking for more, and Def doubles down. Infinite falls, and the opening 2 go the way of M80. Maybe Wildcard overcomplicating this as Malz will find one of his own.
Yeah, really nice pick up there from Malz. Swisher are going to be able to make this pretty damn easy and convincing for M80. That is, I think, the cleanest pistol round we've seen so far across this series. Most of them have been a little bit scrappy with like 2 or 3 players surviving. Hell, we had the 1v1 at the very beginning of this BO3. And now, with a strong amount of kills there from M80, they're going to be able to commit pretty damn hard. I love the fact that it was Def leaving from the front on a couple of those kills.
I gotta say, I really think Wildcard overcomplicated that. They actually had a really decent setup with 2 guys in through apartments, 2 guys out towards long. That's begging for an A split. And, well, they opted against it and did not expect a double stack through library. M80, that's what I'm saying, have done their research. Wildcard, no bomb plan, no money, no buy. Simple as that.
M80 aren't messing around here either. Look at this. M4's on the second round because of the amount of kills gained here. They really want to make sure that they can just shut Wildcard down before they even start getting anything going. The keys are in the engine. They want to make sure they're not dead. A little bit laboured there to be able to take down Stan, but reck and slaxz are going to ensure that there are no qualms. Just like remaining. Incredibly vocal towards the end of that, that second map on Vertigo. A little bit quiet now, of course, but we're still very early doors. Don't worry about that. He's just exploring the apartments. Might want to buy one of these up if this game doesn't go too well for him.
Yeah, and of course, over on the other stream, there was another North American derby there too. Yeah. Liquid and Boss. Liquid made that one pretty comfortable at tail end. I think it was 13-5 on that second map, 13-9 map the 1.
Yeah.
So pretty comfortable. Maybe, you know, expected, but after a little bit of a shaky map, we'll call it, against FURIA yesterday, there was that shadow without question marks above this Liquid team, but that's a result they should be taking, and they do, which is good to see. The question now remains, though, who joins Boss on the flight back home? Is it going to be Wildcard? Is it going to be M80? We do have a pause before heading into the first full buy out of Wildcard, and it's not a tactical one, so it does mean there's no conversations to be had just yet. But good thing to see, coming in towards a buy, this first gun round, it goes without saying, it feels like it holds a lot of importance this early on. We're still feeling like we're playing quite tentative Counter-Strike coming in towards the early part of Inferno. Vertigo started very quickly and very aggressively. You know, even in map number 1, we had a few moments here and there in Mirage where it was like that early part of the game was very kind of lopsided. This at the moment feels like it's still on thin ice.
Yeah, these have always been the important rounds to convert, at least in this best of 3, and honestly in most games as well. But the first almost full buy round for both sides. If Wildcard can convert this, history tells us anything, it means, okay, we're in for a close one. Yeah. If they can't, do we see shimmers of a Mirage in the distance once again, where they just couldn't connect round after round again and again and again? We're hoping for a close one, though. We're hoping for something here from Wildcard. Oh, slaxz playing anti, just using Malz as his eyes, basically. Might be looking next to him.
Utility is starting to run a little thin over towards that T side.
A couple of smokes still available, a few flashes as well.
The thing that worries me is they're going to have to burn both of these smokes on the execute, and then post-plants become a little dicey. slaxz, he drops into the flames, but he drops into a fight which he finds. Oh my god, slaxz! Burning at the crisp, but barely alive. All that matters though is that he is alive. Another Molotov will come down out towards Long as Def trying to just pause this T-side wrap, what it feels like the Wildcard are trying to pull off here, but they're not being given any space to work with. This time it looks like they want to commit towards A, but they're not being given that luxury. slaxz out through library, got a good hold, and they might just peer into him. He's surely a known quantity though. They surely would have heard the step and the scope, so slaxz could be in trouble because around that corner, there's a fight coming his way. Or up close, only going in one direction. Inferno and Jabo will combine, but so will Swisher and reck. Back and forth as Swisher pulls the plug on a pit play. And Inferno's left all alone from behind, dropped by Malbs. That was carnage, chaos in the server towards the A side, but Def making sure we know who won it.
Yeah, Infinite had an amazing opportunity as he pushed over towards Arches there. Just an unknown quantity for the AWPer.
Yeah.
Instead, whiffs his first shot, does manage to trade one more. Looks like he's going to be able to get them out of the weird situation, this rogue unit of a T player. But he does just get overwhelmed by, honestly, more bodies than on his side. It's the third round here for M80. We mentioned how important that round was for Wildcard to win. And M80 are making sure that Wildcard know that they are still here. Nades, smokes, you name it being committed. Ground being gained again by Malbs. I mean, just pushing up a little bit towards wood and spamming down in case anyone gets an inkling that they can go over towards B. He's ensuring that's not going to be the case. And, well, he's going to have to try and lock this one down, but the Tech 9 of Stanislaw, he's good on it. The shot there from Swisher trays it straight back.
And another big thing about Swisher's kill there, not only finding the kill to level things, but it's while smoke is in hand. The smoke actually works in his favor. He's basically been given a freebie from a front B smoke here, and that's bought time for a rotation. The AWP will come and support in the hands of slaxz. And now Wildcard, who actually had decent tempo to work with towards site, aren't given that luxury. The double pump execute comes through, second time of asking, or missed shot. slaxz not punished, and Swisher goes to line up a couple. Sonic will trade, but Def at range sees it off, and a 4-0 start. M80 aren't pulling any punches now. Yeah, Swisher being that spanner in the works there during that round. Second, he's able to find that opening kill as they just swing onto that B-bomb site. Makes Wildcard start thinking, okay, right, where is he? We need to deal with him now as well. And as that thought crosses their mind, a bullet enters the head as well. It's difficult here for Wildcard because they had all this tempo off the back of Vertigo. They were getting vocal, they were getting loud. Yeah. Once again, a few rounds deep, already looking a little bit more somber, which is a shame. But hopefully, off the back of this timeout, they can use this to convert around. We saw M80 being able to do it almost with consistency, taking a timeout and then gaining the follow-up. Can Wildcard take a trick out of their book? Good to see Malbs getting a little vocal as well. I mean, somebody who is so crucial to M80 in terms of their success, and I want to see him getting confident. And so far, he's been playing confident. 4-1. Def 5-2. Swisher just that one better. Switch 6-1. Def continues to put up numbers. Continues to be the man to, at times, make a difference. He's been caught on a masterclass, but playing one as well. Up close, reck. This could be dangerous. It could work in his favor. One, makes that two, lines up a third. It's a meal deal worth, and Stanislaw will double down himself. But reck surely single-handedly has given M80 all the confidence to find this round. Peering round the corner of a smoke, slaxz gets a freebie. And man, one man's antics have won M80 yet another. 25 seconds into the round and it's already said and done. Yeah. I mean, a hell of a push there from reck, ensuring that Wildcard know that he's still in the server after a quieter end to Vertigo. It's a 5th round on the board there from M80. Now, it's always going to be in the back of the mind. Yeah, look at him. He's happy, man. They're all ecstatic with it. It's going to be in the back of their mind for Wildcard that that's now possible. If there's a mid-smoke, which they've been throwing a number of rounds now, but not pushing off the back of it, now they need to be cautious about getting this set up and getting the pushes, because reck just could be there.
Fan did an amazing job to be able to kind of almost recover that with the 2 quick trades back to back and then pushing straight through. Then you just saw the AWPer of slaxz just holding on and taking them down.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think you're spot on. Stan gave them an opportunity. I just think that push of the smoke. I mean, it's high risk, high reward, right? And in that time,
I think he was hoping that slaxz wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And slaxz was just like, oh, I'm just gonna leave reck to it. Like, I don't need to back him up. He's ready and waiting for it. Another push through the smoke though, and it's gonna be slaxz to be able to face them at the start of it. Takes down 2 in JBA and Stanislaw. The backup there from the CT holder Def. Is Slight going to be able to pick up a single kill here as the smoke gets cleared by the nade. Chip damage there. Slight out of the round. And now just Sonic. 1 versus 5. Tech 9 in hand. A couple of dinks to the head would be nice here, but... Ooh, okay. Single kill into Zeph. Just a consolation, surely.
Yeah, surely. He's holding. Let's get a tie.
Ooh, okay.
All right, Sonic. He's making something of this. Still a mammoth task ahead of him.
It's no armor as well, which is
55 seconds. I mean, he's going to go for the long rotate. You know, I'm going to completely count this out. The only question mark, of course, still remains the bomb, right? But every kill he finds is a silver lining. Money isn't exactly completely built up. All the CT side, despite a 5-0 start, they're still actually not exactly rich.
Yeah, I mean, look at the deaths across the side, right? You've got slaxz who... Ooh, okay, this could be interesting. Molotov goes down. Sonic might be able to find another kill hit. How on earth has he managed to pull this one back ever so slightly? And this is why it's not looking great for the CT side economy, because while the rounds haven't been converted by Wildcard yet, they're still consistently finding frag after frag after frag, and it's spread across the board. It's not like one person's constantly dying, so they're in the bin. It's, oh, I've had to rebuy my AWP, or I've had to rebuy my full util, along with my armor and everything, kind of across everyone. So yes, while they are going to be able to afford themselves a buy here, slaxz in a good spot with his econ. Look at everyone else. Everyone else is kind of cobbling together. Put them all together, you get one full buy.
Yeah, exactly that. Let's see. slaxz up close. Second mid-peak, ineffective. Information gained, I guess, is a silver lining in the early part of this round. And of course, the fact that he isn't tagged up or dead or all the rest is probably the main thing. Still is a 6-0 start, and M80 are waltzing away with the CT side thus far. Wildcard. Similarities, as we said, of Inferno between Mirage. We said this at the tail end of the Mirage. If this is to go towards Inferno, you know, inherently, the fundamentals of this map are so similar to Mirage in comparison to Vertigo. Now you can see M80 back in control. Def up close. Spotted. That would have been at least alerted on radar. Doesn't want to overface, though. Def is tagged.
Sonic has an inkling here. Of course, nade committed. Should be good for the tap. Should be good for the kill. Yeah, weakened up early on. slaxz just waiting for the cross. He is going to be the main point of contact on this A-bomb site. There is support there from reck, but he's almost positioned himself over towards this B-bomb site. As flashes come in, yeah, straight down Speedway to be able to help out the rest of his team. But right now, Bomb is in no man's land. It's still over towards T-Ramp with 30 seconds on the clock and no util or anything committed here yet. They need to burst onto the site.
The only thing that does work in Wildcard's favor is actually no smoke on either Malbs or Swisher playing sight. There's a flash to work with. They're not going to be able to keep them at bay. And talking of a smoke, one comes on towards Swisher.
Seconds.
Time ticking. One kill is all that Malbs has to get. There's one. That'll slow them down at the very least. Sonic is trying to get it on towards the site. The time is ticking. They've got to take this plant. They've got to go for it. And they plant in front of him. That's how to play it. Lifeline being extended. 2 versus 3 ensues, and they're not giving slaxz the fights here. Neither side got the util to slaxz. A wallbang needed if he wants a chance. reck stuck behind the smoke. Time starting to tick. They have a kit in the back pocket of reck, but they might even just be calling this.
Yeah, slaxz needs to find a kill there. Oh, okay, there is the kill. Maybe they can continue going. Yeah, again, 10 seconds earlier, maybe that's a different story. slaxz is just going to be holding to grab a couple of frags because that T-side economy is not built up. This was a bit of a Hail Mary play. With Slight falling back, saving the AWP for the next round. It's great that Wildcard were able to convert that one. And honestly, it looked like they'd run out of time. It was timed to absolute perfection. But if M80 find one kill there, if the bomb isn't planted directly in front of the backside hold, that round's over and done with, and you've got 4 people not getting econ next round.
Yeah, and I think, again, this comes down to what we were saying out of, you know, that sort of T-side play. You know, when they're going for that bomb plant, it's such a risk, but they play it perfectly. That one smoke in towards Coffins basically completely nullified M80 there. Swisher, he knows as well that with his one flash, he basically can't gamble to swing through it. Pick your poison scenario. Swisher, this time gonna go for swing. Finds one, and he finds a second as well. The third, not exactly favorable as Malbs will fall, but Swisher might have done enough alone, and he gets out of dodge as well. Swisher, that is beautiful. Wildcard caught napping, and they will be punished. Numbers advantage now for M80.
Yeah, the double CT push down second was so aggressive, and when you think M80 might have to fall back on their laurels a bit, play a little bit more defensively, considering how that last round went from Wildcard, drawing down the time, they just completely subvert expectations. They turn it around and they go, hey, we are still firmly here. We're going to swing you. We're going to try and go for frags. And again, it's caught with util in hand down second mid, not expecting it. Of course, the changes to the spawns and stuff on T side aren't in effect here yet.
Exactly that. 4v3. Smoke aptly timed, though. At the very least, that's going to chunk at least half of this clock here. It's not going to give Wildcard the most time to work with. The biggest thing is we just have to see slaxz come up with a multi-frag. It's such a big ask. Isolated with the ult. What can he do? 30 seconds, flash on towards that corner as Jaber's going to be the first to peer around. And actually, slaxz is actually going to give them up this space. He gets as well, but round the corner, slaxz is giving them an opportunity. 1v3, slaxz. Talk about a sight hold. Yes, they get a bomb plant, but nothing more is nothing gained. slaxz has gone massive.
Yeah, you said it was going to be difficult, and it was. It was not an easy fight there, but finding the opening, not getting traded straight away after finding that kill is so huge for slaxz. And then he's afforded the opportunity to be able to leg one through the wall. I mean, hell, if that was a kill straight there, it would be even more convincing. Taking down the fellow warpering slight as well. Oh my God. I don't think you could have asked for a better B-site hold. And there was no one else near as well. No. The round was over and done with when the rest of the CTs pushed on through. This is, remember what started this round?
Yeah.
The push from Swisher and Malbs to be able to just open up and really put the pressure on Wildcard. It should have been a much cleaner round for M80 and not actually been put on the shoulder of slaxz. But hey, you give him the opportunity, he's going to absolutely take it. He's 12-1, Nao.
Yeah, two massive overfaces and the tail end of that post plant. You know, the first, like, we can give Wildcard the benefit of that on the first, right? We're looking at, you know, a swinging towards apartment. It's traditionally a one and done angle. It's something which I like as an information play. You know, you get a kill. Getting two there is massive from Swisher. But man, slaxz should never, alone on a B site with an AWP, be able to isolate 3 fights. It's poorly played. You know, the spacing and the trading from Wildcard there is inherently just so ineffective. Yeah, so many question marks. This is looking already like the Wildcard of Mirage. slaxz jumping across, nothing spotted. He's gonna go for a peek towards second mid. Stanislaw would have been heard coming through that first Molotov. A second one to come through. And Stan finds Malbs, who was caught in the flames there, but he was also flashed, hence why he didn't know what damage he was taking. Full blind there. Malbs had no clue where he was. Not a bad start. Wildcard desperately needed opening kill.
Thought he was safe in the corner, and then Molotov just spread ever so slightly more. Blind, of course. If it connects enough, you're not going to be able to hear anything either. Sonic. Oh, I don't think that's where he wanted that one to go. But hey, that might change up the pace a little bit. Looks like you're going long now, boys, instead of short. It's a 5 versus 4. Wildcard with that man advantage. Slight on the back lines as well, in case there is a lurk from Banana, but the brakes have been pumped. There you go. That's the smoke he was looking for.
Do you know what, though? This could really change things a little bit. Now the smoke comes late. It's giving them time to set up on towards site, and it's a nice little double setup as well. But I think Def over faces there. Doesn't need to peer around the corner. The question is, do they expect reck? No, they don't, as reck finds 2. Infinite and Sonic will fall, and reck is locking down the A site. Slight all alone, and slaxz will see him off. But that is reck once again. Another huge round for him. Another time he's called upon to save his team and bail them out, and that he does.
It's always in these anchor positions. We saw it on A where he was hiding around in a cubble. Let the rest of your team peek and take the early fights. I will clean up when it's needed. Look at Malbs, yeah, just completely Molotov off, but it didn't matter. at the end of it when reck can go absolutely massive like this. slaxz helping out from library also, but it was all on that young player. Oh, really nice from M80. 8 rounds on the board and slaxz. Oh, hello. He might even go for something down inside of mid right now. Has to fall back. The smokes come in. Sonic ready and waiting for it though. Nade going to be committed from Malbs and Swisher. A lot of damage on Slight, and JBA really puts that one-tap potential even further on the board for these M4s. Flash as well to be able to delay them. Plenty of time on the clock for Wildcard to be able to change the pace here if they want to, but looks like they are just fully committing here and they want to do it quick. No more running down the time till the last 2 seconds in the round. slaxz, incredibly experienced hold there from him to not fire straight away and instead wait for the smokes. Taking down Stanislaw, the absolute epitome of Tech 9 players, and he's getting taken down. Malbs picking up one of his own as well. He needs to get the bomb down at this point. Sonic's going to be able to trade one. If they can get this planted, they can take that as a consolation, and it does go down. But Slight on 3 HP. It's never going to be a round that they're going to be able to secure. M80 find themselves a 9th. 10 rounds deep. They're looking for double digits in this first half.
Remember how Inferno started as well? 10-2 is what it was for M80, and they're looking like they could do even actually one better here. Inching closer and closer to the final whistle in this best of 3. The finish line is just round the corner, and Slight, I mean, you can just see from a guy who was so vocal in Vertigo and was really popping off at the tail end, he kind of epitomizes what is Wildcard right now in terms of they're just quiet. It feels like they have no response. Nothing's working. They're not gaining anything. This is starting to look extremely, or starting, it already is looking extremely problematic.
Full bar round here now from Wildcard. Of course, off the back of the text from the previous round, get that bomb planted, gives them that opportunity, and builds up a little econ as well. Too little, too late, I would say. We're 11 rounds deep. Going to be able to buy into the next for sure, but half the reason is because you've lost 9 rounds basically back to back.
Yeah.
Def falling back, waiting for this push. A little bit different here from M80. Usually see them with this aggressive play inside of mid, try and get that first opening pick and then kind of forcing Wildcard to fall back and then change up their plan. Instead, they are now allowed to hold on to exactly what they wanted to do in the first place. Push out one towards this A bomb site. Reck is still here with Def, yet to be clear. Reck taken down, that's pretty influential. Def only going to be good for one, traded straight back by Infinite. Now we need to see the rotation from the B bomb site. Digits get punched in, Stanislaw and co. Ready to hold on here.
Got really good use on the retake here. Only issue is retaking with an AWP is always a problem that we think about. That's a great Molotov though. Stanislaw gonna be forced out, gonna be heard. Now a known quantity, but Stanislaw back with one of his own as time starts to tick. The onus is on the CT side to do something. Another molly comes over and Stanislaw dodging flames left and right. But all that matters is they've got the site, and that will be the round. Simply done. Nade comes over. A little bit of damage
1
towards
point of damage, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Not an issue. And Infinite actually going to hunt on the tail end here. So a second going to be put on the board for Wildcard. It's a sigh of relief, and actually Infinite does fall. Stan goes down to the bomb as well.
That's really bad.
Yeah, it will actually make this a little weird. Thankfully, Slight and Sonic both can drop one over. They've got enough to buy. They'll be fine. But the only question mark as well is about util overall. They still should be able to squeeze out full belts.
I think with the drops from the 2 surviving players, it should be okay.
They're going to be better. They're going to be fine. But M80, there's no need to worry. Even if it's a 9-3 half, all the expectations, of course, is them to continue this run of form in towards their T-side. T-sides we actually did quite a lot of decent work in towards map number 1, even map number 2 at times. It was a little bit more inconsistent on Vertigo, but we'll see. Barrel spotted. Slight. It's not actually wall bangable. Yes, information gained, but nothing actually gained off it.
No, reactionary, I think. It's like, oh god, there's gun barrel. Let's shoot for that wall, hopefully. Good to see that he's crisp, though. Would have been a great kill if that wall was wall bangable. Evidently not the case. Ground being gained here, again, from Infinite and Sonic. Not usually the kind of pushing players, instead usually come alive in the mid to late round after damage has already been done. Malbs, this is usually aggro. We usually like seeing him perform at big numbers. Only going to be good for 1 this time, but Swisher able to bail him out and trade him back. It's about to bring us to a 4 versus 3. Util is limited for this T side. We mentioned this may be a problem, and now there's only 2 flashes and a smoke on Infinite.
I'm still going towards B. There's 2 players there, but 1 is rotating away. Now, Sonic could be the difference maker here in this round. If he can get 1 kill in the next 10 seconds, as that smoke starts to fade towards B, he gives them a chance. But the question is, can he? Flash is great. The peak is not off the back of it. Swisher will find it. And now the second he finds that fight, they can play a 2-2 split. They're doubling back towards the A site, and they're going back into trouble just where Swisher has rotated over to. And now the Orb gets the freest kill of his life. Jaber gets caught, gets clipped, and Infinite secondary Orbing trying to make something work, but slaxz will mop them up and mow them down. M80 locking in double digits at the turn of the half. And Wildcard have got nothing left in the locker, it seems. They look out of this.
We said this earlier, Wildcard beat M80 to get here. They need to beat M80 to stay here. And it's looking like too much of a tall order at this point. A 10-2 half, even more dominant than what we saw on Mirage. This is going to be incredibly hard for them to come back. There's 3 rounds left for M80. If they win Pistol, and hell, if they can convert, get themselves to 12 within the first 2 rounds of the half, I think this is all said and done. Wildcard, they've looked like a shell of their Vertigo selves here. But it was the second half that they came alive. Maybe a second half team. Their CT needs to be really strong.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This, unfortunately, has not been a good watch at all. 10-2. A pistol round is absolutely a necessity for Wildcard. If M80 find the 11th here, it feels like it spells the beginning of the end as they creep and crawl through second mid. They will get out in towards apartments at the very least. It's a triple stack here. So Wildcard at the very least has done their research. They've got a good idea. This might just work.
Yeah, triple stack. 4 weapons, of course, with the Julies from Slight.
Double flash.
Yeah, this could be absolutely massive. If Slight can... Oh, he's kind of playing anti. Look, he's kind of expecting it, looking away. This could be massive for him. He hasn't managed to get a single kill yet. He gets traded straight away. Stanislaw picks up 2, but it's enough damage dealt by the T's of M80 to be able to secure the bomb site. Bomb going to get planted by reck, and it's in a super safe position. They were just afforded so much time there. Wildcard, it's fallen apart.
The flash missed as well, so it wasn't even like they were blind. That's the real issue. Def had to go for his flash on top of it too. Popping their way through, trying to get into the fight up close. Infinite gets 1, but only as reck finds 2. And that surely should be that. Even after a pretty brutal mistake from M80, they still make it work. They still make that round stick. And surely now there's nothing, absolutely nothing to work with. Def will make sure that there's no overfaces, nothing too audacious to come through, but at this point, it feels borderline unlosable.
Yeah, I mean, even if they do lose this next round and it's 11-3, there's enough of a buffer where they can just win a couple of cheesy rounds here and there. That's all they need at this point. They have so far ahead of their opponents that they can give them a bit of ground. They're not going to want to do that, and Def is too experienced to give them that. But Wildcard, I mean, they're digging into their bag of tricks. What are they going to be able to pull out right now? This 4-man stack off the back of Malb's molly could be a big old swing, and that's exactly what we're going to be seeing. A little bit of team damage, but it's nothing crazy. Def picks up 1. Malbs and slaxz good for more as well. Slight finally finding his pistol kills, and he missed last round. The damage done, and that's going to be a 12th on the board with almost certainty here for M80. Juggling those weapons back as well to ensure that nothing can be recovered, and it's just the IGL of Stanislaw. Been absent from majors for a while now, and well, it looks like this is going to be another one as well. 1 round left for M80, who looked dominant in this first map, picked by Wildcard on Mirage. 13 rounds secured with ease. The second map, tested, tried on Vertigo. Wildcard looked so strong, and now look at them. This guy on your screen, Slight, he was so vocal, he was performing well, and now it's just a couple of rounds just haven't strung together. Look at the frags as well. Jaber has been silent. 2 kills to his name. He's been so vocal, he's been so impactful. He's not to be found.
Non-existent, and you can already see, especially on the T side, Jaber's given a lot of mileage and a lot of space to work with, and if he can't find form, he is the win factor for Wildcard. So it basically sums up the miseries and the woes. We find ourselves now at an interesting crossroads, and it could be the end. Both sides with a bye. Slight's got his favourite orb. M4's alongside it. And Stanislaw might have just spotted one. He will make that a couple, but Mal's in for the trade. Jaber needs something. He's got the support of Slight, who looks to find a second kill of his own. All up close, met with a nade. On the corner through Boiler, will get one. Tickling in the flames as Slight finds more. That's more like it. Jaber gets one. 3 kills for Slight, and you can see what it means to them. There is hope. There is a chance. While it may be improbable, it is absolutely not impossible.
What a round to win there as well. I mean, you're down in the dumps completely. Stan, only good for one, but it's enough damage dealt with this stack here from Jaber and Slight. I mean, hell, what a shot that was to be able to close out the round as well. It's the 3rd on the board for Wildcard, and you look at this and you think, God, I mean, it's good, but is it enough? No, not right now. We need to be seeing this round converted from Wildcard as well, and then the momentum starts building. Yeah. I mean, the buy here from M80 is pitiful, but the economy is pretty stacked. Everyone's kind of fine right now. Mal's going to swing onto the corner. He is going to be good for that first opening kill. Sonic yet to trade him. Needs to pick this up. Oh my good God, it's fallen apart. Malbs, you get so much ground, round after round, and you capitalize consistently. Captain consistent on the side of M80. And now with the smoke going down, Stanislaw needs to do this.
He's backing over rotates. They're actually too slow. Stan could be in trouble. He plays this right. He had to get out of sight. There's no way. If Stan sticks around on the site, he is, without a shadow of a doubt, dead here. He's going to boost up. M80 do not need to commit. They've got a minute to work with, all the time in the world, and they've left Def as a kind of a lurking presence in that cubby on mid. So there's no need to face it if they don't want to. The only real issue, I guess, is the quite limited util on that T side. They've got one smoke in the back pocket of Swisher. So Def is just going to sneak his way forward. No one long, no one brackets, and no one library facing him, so he can wrap all the way round. Jaber, he obviously would have relayed that this is a possibility, but this is a timing play. Def's going to get him behind. He's creeping his way forward. And the smoke's going to come over as well. It's all aptly timed, keep the attention drawn. Stanislaw finds reck, but back turns. Def fluffs his lines. Stan finds one. Head on a swivel, but he will fall to the hands of slaxz, who does have a rifle. 2 versus 3. Bomb goes down, and Slight can't show his cards just yet. It's an all-in buy. It's an all-in call on the poker table. That is this final round of Inferno. But can Jaber come up for support? Slight retaken with the AWP is a big ask. Flash on the corner. Nade in the back pocket. Has to be good as Malbs is spotted in towards Dark. He chunks the nade, but stays alive as Malbs finds one more. All that remains is this kill, and Malbs will close it. Down goes Slight. Down go Wildcard. Eliminated, and it's commiserations, but congratulations as M80 survive a scare.
They've got one more best of 3. One more best of 3s for Def to return to glory, return to